Good morning, everyone. This is Shauna, and it's time for another episode of the Bob and Nikki discussions. I finished another installment of the series today, so let me show you the cover on my screen. This is Baycation, Bob and Nikki 21. This is another book published in 2021, but the audio didn't come out until 2022. The title of Baycation comes from Bob's daughter and her mispronunciation of vacation. But this book is supposed to be about our title character, Bob's vacation back in Saucer Holler. If you remember, I think we met that for the first time in book 15, I believe. Saucer Holler was the space that Bob set up for the fleet to be able to rest and get some R&R, take some shore leave back on Earth, and have sort of an enclave that was safe from attack or molestation by the powers, the authorities that be. And in the last book, he had leased the space. He had actually secured a lease and had it signed on national television to allow he and his crew to be there for a period of 10 years. And pretty much nobody in Bob's fleet believes that it's really going to last that long, but they had gone back to do their usual things, have barbecues, have concerts, enjoy each other's company, eat good food, and fish and play frisbee golf at Shady Pines and do a lot of other things that we've seen in other books. So this installment is sort of a sentimental favorite of mine, only because it shows all of the things that the crew used to do on a regular basis and how they used to interact. But this book has a little bit of a different tone because over the course of the series, we've seen increasing government interference in Bob's activities on Earth, increasing sort of the sort of ominous reach of the Squirrel Empire, and also the Squirrel secret agents that have infiltrated the other planets. And so there's not necessarily sinister, but you can see the incursion of both of these groups in this book. And so it kind of taints Bob's vacation, which he ends up working more than he should to try and ferret out these agents. He had ferreted out a large group of them in the previous book, and we had learned then that the president, the sitting president of the United States in this book, was actually a squirrel. That he had deposed the true president, that he had defrauded, dissuaded, and deceived a lot of the officials, and that it was the bidding of the squirrels that was actually being done by the American government to try and, the plot point in here is presumably to try and get Bob's saucer repair and his fleet sort of out of the way and make Earth a protectorate of the Commonwealth, which we know for Bob and the fleet would be catastrophic, because it would mean that they would have to leave the system or face having to put limiters on the bots. Bob can't really be completely against this sort of movement, if that is in fact what they're doing, because he knows that if the United States comes into the Commonwealth and the American people get auto docks and they get some of the Commonwealth technology, that some of the problems of old age, some of the problems of disease and death and starvation will be gone. But it means that because Bob has made this commitment to the earth and to his crew, which continues to grow, although not as fast as it did in the previous installments, that he won't be able to come back. And so at the end of this book, we have another scene with trying to actually remove the president and some high-ranking squirrels. And the operation doesn't go as smoothly as Bob anticipates. There are no permanent casualties, but there are some. And it's because the squirrels are getting smarter about watching the fleet before they launch. And so Bob lost some of the element of surprise there. So there's real kind of tension in that sense, not nail biter kind of tension, but just this tension that you work so hard to get something that you wanted to have a base of operations to return to. And I think that is an important message in this book, to a takeaway point in this book, that sometimes we work really hard to get something and we invest a lot of ourselves and possibly a lot of our resource into it, as Bob and the crew do in the previous book, to secure the lease, to get everything situated, and we manage to do it, and then we enjoy it, but we don't have the degree of enjoyment of it or the degree of use of it that we would hope for, or that would sort of make it worthwhile to us. And we have to make a decision. Do we continue to sort of hold this and invest in it, or do we let go and try to find something better? And that's where Bob is right now, as this book ends, knowing that he does secure the president. He gets the squirrel president or the squirrel who's masquerading as the United States president, off and back to Oak, which is where the squirrels live. But he doesn't get all of the squirrel agents around the world. He's not sure that he's gotten all of them. So he's really looking, as book 22 will open, he's looking to strategize that more and see exactly what he's going to do with operations. But we have a chance to see around all of the fleet and all of the pieces and all of the characters that we've grown to love and expect in this book. So that's my wrap on Baycation, Jerry Boyd's book 21 of his series. Like I said, you don't read these books for their great literary value, their great solemnity. You read them to be entertained, to spend time with characters that you have grown to love and want to spend time with. And Baycation is a perfect installment and a perfect sort of satisfier of all of that. So if you're enjoying the series as much as I do, keep following along. and I'll see you in my next video. Take care, everyone. Be healthy, be well. I'll talk to you very soon in my next video. Bye for now.